In this episode of QuickSpeak English, we're taking a nostalgic trip down memory lane, exploring the whimsical and sometimes wacky world of childhood memories.
Ooh, I love this. Get ready for some serious reminiscing, folks. We're diving deep into those formative years, the playground adventures, the embarrassing moments, the whole shebang.
Exactly. And we want you, our amazing listeners, to join us on this journey. Remember that button on your screen? Click it. Share your own childhood stories, ask us questions, suggest topics for future episodes. Let's make this a truly interactive and inclusive experience.
Because childhood memories are universal, right? Everyone has them, whether they're fuzzy and warm or slightly questionable. Like that time I tried to cut my own hair. Let's just say it didn't end well. My mom called me Bowl Cut Betty for months.
Oh, I can just picture it. I had a similar experience with home haircuts. My dad thought he could give me bangs. Let's just say I ended up looking like I'd lost a fight with a lawnmower.
Oh, the tragedies. But honestly, those are the memories that stick with you, right? The slightly embarrassing, slightly hilarious ones.
Absolutely. They're the stories we tell over and over again, the ones that shape who we are. So let's kick things off with a question for our listeners. What's your earliest childhood memory? Think back, way back. What's the first thing that pops into your head?
While you're pondering that, I'll share one of mine. I remember being absolutely fascinated by ladybugs. I used to collect them in jars and pretend they were my tiny spotted pets.
Ah, that's sweet. My earliest memory is of building a magnificent sandcastle at the beach. I thought it was an architectural masterpiece. Of course, the tide came in and destroyed it, which taught me a valuable lesson about the fleeting nature of life. Deep, I know.
Profound, Sophia. Truly profound. Speaking of profound, what about those imaginary friends? Did anyone else have one? Mine was a talking squirrel named Nutsy. We had some wild adventures together.
Oh, the imaginary friends. I had a whole crew. They were my constant companions, my partners in crime. We'd build forts, explore hidden worlds, and have epic tea parties with invisible guests.
The power of imagination is truly incredible, isn't it? It's like having a built-in entertainment system.
Totally. And it's something we often lose touch with as we grow older, which is a shame because that sense of wonder and possibility is so precious.
Absolutely. So let's tap back into that childlike wonder. Listeners, what were your favorite childhood games? Did you play hopscotch, hide and seek, tag? Share your playground memories with us.
I was a hopscotch champion, by the way, undefeated. Still got the skills, if anyone wants to challenge me.
Oh, I bet. I was more of a swing enthusiast. I loved the feeling of flying through the air, even if it was just a few feet off the ground.
Speaking of flying, remember those childhood dreams of becoming an astronaut, a pilot, a superhero?
Oh, absolutely. I wanted to be a veterinarian who specialized in unicorns. Turns out unicorns are a bit hard to come by.
Well, my aspirations were slightly more grounded. I wanted to be a professional cookie taster. Still working on that one.
I see a future collaboration here, Sophia. You taste the cookies, I provide the unicorn-themed sprinkles.
It's a deal. Now let's talk about those childhood fears. What kept you up at night? Were you afraid of the monster under the bed? The boogeyman in the closet?
I was terrified of the dark. I'd sprint from the light switch to my bed, convinced something was lurking in the shadows.
I had a very specific fear of clowns. Still not a fan, to be honest. They're just creepy.
Okay, I have to admit, clowns are a bit unsettling. But you know what's even more unsettling? Those creepy porcelain dolls. Shudder.
Agreed. Those blank stares, those frozen smiles. Nope, definitely nightmare fuel.
Let's shift gears to something a bit more heartwarming. What are some of your favorite childhood traditions? Did your family have any special rituals or celebrations?
Every Christmas Eve, my family would gather around the fireplace and read The Night Before Christmas. It was a magical tradition that I cherish to this day.
Ah, that's lovely. My family had a tradition of baking cookies together every Sunday afternoon. It was messy, chaotic, and absolutely perfect.
Those are the memories that truly matter, aren't they? The simple moments of connection and joy.
Absolutely. They're the threads that weave together the tapestry of our childhoods.
So listeners, what are your favorite childhood traditions? Share your stories with us. We want to hear all about them.
And that's our time for today, folks. Thanks for joining us on this nostalgic journey through the land of childhood memories. Remember to hit that button and share your own stories, questions, and topic suggestions.
We love hearing from you. Until next time, keep those memories alive and cherish the stories that make you, you. And remember, don't trust anyone who offers to give you bangs. Unless they're a professional, of course.
Or a unicorn stylist. They're surprisingly good with scissors. Just kidding. See you next time on QuickSpeak English.
Second paragraph in the dialogue.
So I've got something really special lined up for today's episode of QuickSpeak English, and I'm super excited about it. You know, Peter, I noticed you've been kind of lost in thought lately, like really deep in your memories and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I've been totally diving into these old childhood memories, you know what I mean? And it's been absolutely fascinating how clear some of these memories are, even after all these years.
That's actually exactly why I wanted to chat about this today. I mean, childhood memories are just so powerful, right? They really shape who we become.
They absolutely do. And the funny thing is, I've been finding these little details, you know, these tiny moments that stuck with me all this time. It's been such an interesting journey going back through all of that.
Well, I think our listeners are going to love hearing about this because everyone's got their own special memories from growing up. So shall we dive into some of your stories? So let's start with something we all remember, that very first day of school. What stands out to you from that day?
Oh, wow. That day is just crystal clear in my memory. You know what I mean? I remember I had this bright blue backpack that was almost bigger than me, and my mom had packed my favorite sandwich, peanut butter and banana.
What were you feeling that morning, before heading out?
I was absolutely terrified and excited at the same time, if that makes any sense. You know, I remember standing at our front door and my legs were literally shaking. My mom, she kept telling me everything would be okay, but I was convinced I'd get lost or wouldn't make any friends.
Did anything specific happen that really stuck with you from that day?
Yeah. Actually, something totally amazing happened. So I was sitting there all alone during snack time, right? And this kid, Tommy was his name, he just came over and offered to trade half his cookie for half my sandwich. And just like that, we became best friends. It was that simple. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's so sweet. What about your first teacher? Do you remember much about them?
Miss Thompson. Oh my goodness, she was absolutely incredible. And she had this way of making everyone feel special. She wore these colorful scarves every day, and she would do different voices for every character when she read stories. I remember thinking she was just magical, you know?
How did you feel by the end of that first day?
You know what's funny? By the end of the day, I didn't want to leave. All that morning, anxiety just completely disappeared. And I remember running to my mom at pickup time, just bursting with stories about everything that happened. It's amazing how quickly things can change, right?
So tell me about the special traditions your family had when you were growing up. What made holidays really stand out?
Oh my goodness, where do I even start? Christmas was absolutely magical in our house. And we had this amazing tradition where on Christmas Eve, my mom would make these incredible hot chocolate bombs. You know what I mean? They were these chocolate spheres that just melted into your hot milk.
That sounds so cozy. Did you have any special birthday traditions too?